Did you know that MoistCritical plays Osu? Well, you probably did, but have you taken notice of what he's contributed towards the game? I mean, not only has he led a ton of his viewers directly to Osu, but he has also helped the game grow by hosting 2 tournaments with an insane prize pool. Let's take a look at Charlie's journey from discovering the game to how he has grown fond of it over time. But first, can you please subscribe? Okay, thank you. Let's start with MoistCritical's discovery and a quick summary of his first experience with the game. We don't have that much information surrounding when he truly discovered Osu, but we can see his first official Osu video posted to YouTube was on the 15th of February 2021, titled "Osu is an easy game." However, using this clip from his stream, we can infer that he came across the game way before this date.
I watched quite a bit of Osu a while back, but I never understood it. Now after playing it, now I actually get what's going on.
Anyways, back to the point. It was young Charles experiencing Osu for himself, and it looked like he was going to be the second iteration of Emmerich for a second. Of course, I'm just joking. He was pretty bad. But gameplay aside, he finally stumbled to the beatmap listing page just so he could play songs from The Gentlemen, his band. This is actually interesting because someone from Osu, maybe Pippi, had reached out to Charlie for permission to use songs from The Gentlemen on Osu.
The Osu team actually reached out to us to make sure it was okay to put the songs in here, to which we said fuck yeah.
And what's even cooler is that on the 24th of February 2021, The Gentlemen actually became featured artists, and Osu got access to a catalogue of all their songs. Truly the greatest feature artist of all time. He then goes on to play 2004 Breakup, one of their songs, and comes to the realization that this game is fun, but it puts a lot of strain and pain on your hands and arms.
Oh, is that an A? Oh. How are there pros at this game? This is like actually really fucking painful.
He starts to think that it was his technique that was really leading him to play worse, so he did a bit of reacting to players like Whitecat.
Holy shit. Tell me this guy plays a shooter. With reflexes like this and accuracy with the pad, this guy needs to play a shooter.
And Angelson.
Oh my god! What the fuck?
After his newfound knowledge, he starts to play a higher difficulty of 2004 Breakup to no avail.
I put it on hard, right? Yep, there it is, okay. Alright, that'll do it.
And trying out more of the band's songs like 2019 Guy. Charlie acts like he just absorbed the fucking skills of Whitecat from his monitor. Anyways, he played some multi with the community, and then a multi with some top Osu players that you may recognize. Just a few. This carried on for quite a bit, with people like Fiery Rage recommending they play maps like the Big Black.
I'm looking pretty good.
And other more iconic and more difficult maps like High Score.
Ah, my elbow! Ah, I'm getting tennis elbow.
And Everything Will Freeze.
My arm is incinerated right now.
That basically sums up his first experience with Osu, and it seemed like he had a positive interaction with the game and the community. Even though he was not playing the best, he still had the spirit and he was having fun.
I think this game's fucking awesome.
Clearly, Charlie was having a blast with the game. So much so that he would do something absolutely amazing for the tournament scene. I briefly mentioned it earlier in the intro that he had hosted 2 big tournaments, so let's take a deeper look at both of them. Firstly, DrenchedProgram. DrenchedProgram was a 1v1 open rank tournament consisting of the best players at the time. This tourney had a prize pool of $10,000 US. The tournament was really to celebrate the aforementioned collaboration of The Gentlemen becoming featured artists for Osu, and the fact that Charlie was just really invested and interested at the thought of a clash of the best players in the world.
I would love to see the best players play the songs, man.
I'm just going to avoid wasting your time too much and give you a brief breakdown of what happened. So, there were 16 players. Bartek, Fiery, Fancy Lad and Emmerich came 13th to 16th place, subsequently receiving $100 each. Bubbleman, Mbappe, Rictagon and Utami came 9th to 12th place and each got $200. Iryu and Flying Tuna got 7th and 8th place, getting $250 each. And Mistia and Zudi came 5th and 6th place, receiving $350 each. Now, finally the interesting part, the top 4. This was a pretty intense tourney, but in a nutshell, Vaxe faced off against Intercamping, and Intercamping got swept, putting him into the losers bracket.
I can tell you that. Look at this! Look at this!
Oh,
2 FC! A double FC!
What the fuck?
Oh
my
double FC.
god! And it wasn't enough!
He then went up against Mistia in the losers quarterfinals, beating him 4-2.
Be really fucking close.
Oh! Misty ring again. That's it then, that's a GG.
That is the GG. Intercaming is moving
Not
on.
going to Brazil, guys.
In the meantime, Vaxei played the winners finals against Arnold, where Vaxei narrowly avoided being put into the losers final by the 14th seed, winning 4-3.
Yeah, Arnold taking more points off Vaxei than the past 3 matches combined.
This put Arnold in the losers finals, waiting to play either Whitecat or Intercambing. This was Intercambing's toughest match. He had to play against Whitecat, but he was actually able to beat him in a close match of 4-3.
Insane performances from both of these players.
That was fantastic to end it on.
This put Whitecat at 4th place, earning him 600 doubloons. Intercambing and Arnold had both secured themselves a top 3 finish, but who was going to be the one to fight Vaxei in the grand finals? This was a really close game, but it looked like luck was on Arnold's side, as he had won the losers finals 4-3. This placed Intercambing at 3rd, and earned him $1,000.
Arnold will move on to the winners grand finals.
Holy shit, that map was nuts.
This was it, Vaxei versus Arnold in the grand finals. What could go wrong?
Oh my fucking god.
And he's actually gonna 1-miss this, isn't he? He's gonna 1-miss Magic Girl 3 mod in tournament.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
Wow. Okay. Alright.
Vaxei had won. Yeah, Vaxei won, but it was a really great run from Arnold, being able to beat out some recognizable figures, and the fact that he was placed 14th seed. He played relatively well. This was also the time when Vaxei was in his prime, his zen, his flow state. He hadn't lost a single tournament that he had played in at that point. There was nothing Arnold could do because Vaxei was just too good. In the end, Arnold came second and received $1,500, and Vaxei came first place, earning himself $4,500, a huge load of money. And that about sums it up for this first Drench program tournament. This tournament was a wild success, and it was not only loved by the players that took part, but also the community who found enjoyment watching a clash of some of the best players. So why not make a second one? Well, he did. Introducing Charlie's Perfect Math class. This tournament was another open rank tournament with a prize pool of $10,000 US. You could say that this tourney was a sequel to the Drench program tourney. The only difference being that the roster of players was updated slightly. I will quickly give you the brief breakdown like I did before, starting with the less interesting parts, like the lower placing people. Exarch, Lifeline, Raikoho, and Suwagi placed in 13th to 16th, getting $100 each. Badu, Lolo234, Intercambing, and Zudinator came 9th to 12th, each earning $200. This is pretty surprising when you consider that both Intercambing and Zudi did well in the Drench program tourney, but it all makes sense when you see the other players. In 7th and 8th place we have Arnold and Karcher winning $250 each. In 5th and 6th we have Bartik and Emmerich, which is also really surprising since in the Drench program tourney these guys were last place. So pretty nutty improvement. Now we have the top 4. Let's take a closer look at them. So we start with the winners finals. It's Utami versus Malashevsky, where Malashevsky won 5-3, propelling him to the grand finals. As for Utami, he would place in the losers finals against whoever won the losers semis. In the losers semis there were 2 people, Whitecat and Ciccone. At this point in time, Whitecat was better than Ciccone, so it was quite the shock when the underdog had a really close match, and he actually ended up winning a tiebreaker against Whitecat.
I was able to make it through that first, and
There's
that
still
might
the end-
actually
there's still
just
the
decide
ending.
the map entirely.
There's still the ending. Whitecat misses at the very start of the ending. There's still hope. There's still hope. He missed it more. Right now, Leverushin looking to secure the point. Is he going to do it? Whitecat misses at the end.
Yet another significant loss for Whitecat, putting him at 4th for 2 times in a row. However, he still got his $600. Now it was Utami versus Ciccone, another significantly close match, but it looked like Ciccone wanted it more, and it definitely showed. He kept up with Utami really well, and it came to another tiebreaker where this happened.
Nice.
That's right, the underdog had beaten Utami and was going to face Malashevsky in the grand finals. This match obviously put Utami at 3rd, earning him $1,000. Now the grand finals. It was brutal. Ciccone got slapped around and ended up losing 5-1, which was pretty unfortunate. I mean, this guy was playing against one of the best tournament players this game has and will ever see. Malashevsky was just on a different level, and he ended up gapping everyone. This placed Ciccone in 2nd, where he received $1,500, and Malashevsky ended up coming 1st, earning himself $4,500. Another magnificently held tournament with good organization, chill commentary, and a huge prize pool. However, this would unfortunately be the last tournament Charlie would host. Even if this was a success, this was bound to be the last, as I don't know if Charlie was that invested to go to the point where he would constantly be funding 10k prize pools for Osu tournaments. There was some good content that actually came from this tournament, like the Spazza and Charlie collab, where we got this cursed piece of whatever this is.
Anyway, let's go.
Both of these tournaments served as a huge turning point in the Osu scene. It showed that all it took was a host and a backer who truly cared about the esports side of this game. It wasn't that tournaments were uncommon, but he took initiative tapping into the untapped potential of major prize pool tourneys consisting of the best players. An idea many people have had before but haven't really been able to execute to the fullest of potentials like Charlie had done. It's safe to say that Charlie had a major impact on Osu, not only on the tournament side of things, but also leading a wave of players from his community to the Osu community. So if you ever see this, thank you MoistCritical for giving a humongous amount of attention to this game. Even if it was quite a while ago, it still had a lasting impact. People like you are exactly the people we need to keep this game entertaining. That's all I really wanted to talk about. Okay, see ya.